guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with some of that background paper that we made in our Use Your Stash in the run up to Christmas. And we made this just using some of that brown packing paper. Now what I've done, I've backed it on to some thickish kind of card. It's not quite stuck down in a few places. So, you know, I could probably do with adhering it slightly better. But, you know, it doesn't really matter because when I come to use it, we can always kind of, you know, touch it up and things with some extra glue. But I've glued it onto here so that I can make some tags and things from this. So all I'm going to do is, in the first instance, obviously cut it around to the size of the page. Oops. Like that. And... Okey-dokey. Like that, and the last bit here. Okay, and then we can obviously make some tags from this. So like I say, anywhere where it's not really glued down properly, I can either add some more glue, we might stitch this around anyway, so you know, I'm really not kind of too worried. Now just deciding what sort of you know, size tags that I want. So let's just take my pieces here, thinking kind of, should we have these small ones or should we have kind of much larger? And do we want to have the top or the bottom as like the slither? So I think the top as the slither. So yeah, I'm going to just trim this along. Now I love a big tag, so you know, I'm probably making quite large tags here, but you know, that's my kind of thing. You know, of course you could make them any size you like. Now just wondering, so I'm going to go for one here. To be honest, these are not going to be half as big as I'd expected actually. So yeah, I'll retract that statement. They're not going to be such big tags after all. I've obviously misjudged when I cut it. So, but that's fine. They're going to be, you know, big enough. Now these, I could get either two quite slim tags or kind of like shorter. So I'm going to do shorter ones. Obviously, I do need to trim this paper all up. It looks pretty awful at the moment. But that's fine. We can do that. So let's take this one. I might just kind of have a better view from the back to, you know, with regards to cutting it. Although, as I've cut into that, I've now thought, oh, I've actually made that even less straight than it was. So, oh my goodness. That's awful, isn't it? Awful, awful cutting. Okay. Just snip my corners off. 1 and 2. Okay, that's my tag number 1. Right, tag number 2. Now, obviously, look at the state of this. Honestly, it looks like it's been cut by like a 5-year-old, doesn't it? Don't know what's going on. Right, again, just snip my corners in. Okay. Right, we now have these very tall, skinny tags, which, you know, that's quite nice for a change, I think. So, again, just cut in my corners. Actually, just take that down there. Okay, and this one, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on with my cutting skills today. I mean, to say skills is using that term very loosely because that seems to be the issue, doesn't it? I don't appear to have any cutting skills today. Yeah, I don't know what's quite happened to them, but they're sadly lacking. Okay, right. Just trim this one down here, like that. And then a bit off here. Yeah, I'm actually thinking, because I want to dab these with some gold, and I'm actually now wishing I'd done it when it was a whole page, actually, because I think I would have got, you know, like a better coverage and actually more of a eclectic look. But never mind, we will, you know, we'll just go with it now. yeah, I should have really kind of thought of that, but hey. Well, I did think of it, but yeah, sadly thought of it and then promptly forgot that I was wanting to do that. So I'm just going to get my gold paint. I've done this a lot lately. I'm really loving using the gold paint, and I just kind of spray some water on it, and then we can just like dab it on. So I've got my greaseproof paper that I've used before for doing this, and yeah, just gonna kind of like dab this on around these. Oh my goodness, how yummy does that look? So again, just might need some more gold paint actually put down, but we'll just see how this goes. Okay. And that one's got a bit much probably. Oh well, never mind. Let me just mop up here before I put the gold all over the back of the tags. Okay, that one's better. Yeah, that other one, just I'd overdone it quite a bit, and yeah, kind of like looks a bit rubbish to be honest, but never mind. I mean, once, you know, once we kind of get putting some bits on, it will all be disguised anyway. Well, might just need a little dab more of the gold. Thought I have plenty, but actually kind of gets sucked up quite quickly, you know, once it's watered down. Okay. Again, that's probably a bit too goldy now. Let me just again wipe the desk. Okay. Right, let's get rid of this. Oh my goodness, what a mess I have made of my mat. Right, let's just see, might just put a bit around there. Just kind of like wipe some around the edges, I think. Just, you know, I've got that paint there, might as well just use it up a bit. So yeah, just kind of going around the edges in one or two places. Okay. Oh, loving that. Right. Okay, that's probably more than enough now. I've, yep, saturated them pretty much. So let's just again clean the desk off. Not made a very good job of cleaning the desk, have I? Oh well, never mind. Right. Okay. So what should we put on our tags? Now I probably will stitch this on the sewing machine. You can kind of see it's just coming up and lifting at the edge, but just in case I don't, I'm just going to kind of go round and, you know, press it down in one or two places with some extra glue. So that one. Okay. It in here. Okey-doke. Right, that's that one. Oh, this one definitely needs a bit of glue in there, doesn't it? Okay. Ah! Turns out it wasn't really glued down at all. Barely at all. Right, okay, I'm going to stitch these, I think, with the sewing machine, because otherwise I just feel like, oh, I could be here all day and you'll all be like really, really bored watching me. Oh my goodness, now I'm dipping my fingers in. Ah, right. Okay. Ooh. Right, let's see how we want to decorate these. So loving the gold, as I say, just looks really, really pretty and kind of adds something super lovely on there, doesn't it? So let's do a couple at a time, I think, just to be a bit sort of bit efficient, shall we? Right, now, do I want to go for stamped pieces on here, which, I mean, I love, you know, stamping. So, yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, I do really like the stamped effect. just wondering, do I want to go for something colourful? Let me just do this. Hold on. Right, let's stamp her, because let's do a few, you know, a few kind of like different pieces, shall we? So I'm just going to stamp her off in the first instance, just because I haven't used her for a while. So she's just been floating about the desk gathering dust. So yeah. Okay. She stamped okay, actually. Okay. Let's go for her. Now, sometimes I like to just press down a bit extra with a block, you know, even if it's not been attached to a block. I just take a block and press it down a bit extra, and that's sometimes, you know, a bit of a helping hand there. Okay, let's just tear her out. So, and I love to use my black stays on. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I say this all the time, but you know, we must all kind of go with what we like to use best. So for me, definitely, I love the, you know, love the stays on. So, but I do realise it's not, you know, not perhaps everybody's cup of tea, but I think some people find, you know, some people don't like the smell of it. I know I heard Rachel over at Roxy Creations say she doesn't really like the smell of it. I have to say, for me, I love the smell of it. It smells like sweets, which is just, oh, yummy. Yes, I know, obviously probably not very good for you, and probably shouldn't really be sniffing it. Not that I am sniffing it as such, but you know, shouldn't be kind of like loving the smell of it. But yeah, it does smell yummy. But right, she is lovely on there, isn't she? Now, actually, I'm just going to ink up this book page slightly. Okay. And let's just glue that down. Now, wondering whether I might put some gold edging around on her. So I'm just going to have that there. And then let's take my little Brian paint stick. So sorry about my gold hands. Obviously, I've just done another video where, yep, yet again, I was using gold. So yes, I do apologise. Seem to be constantly covered in something. If it's not gold, it's something else, gesso, or I don't know, patina or something. Anyway, I've never really got clean hands these days, it would seem. They've always got something on them. Right, love how that looks. Now obviously this did have some teal in it, this background paper, which to be honest has kind of got lost a bit in here. So what I could do is try and add a bit of teal now. So I'm just going to grab my teal stays on and see if I can kind of bring that back on this paper in one or two spots, because, you know, I did really quite like the teal. I'm now wondering whether I didn't use teal actually. Maybe I used the azure. Oh well. It's teal now, so even if it wasn't in the first place, it is now. So yeah, love how that looks. Now, wondering, shall we have a label on there? Let's just cut this one out. And again, I might just go around this label with some teal. Just to make it maybe stand out a little bit more. So this is just the stays on in, you know, in teal. And yeah, I'm just kind of dabbing it around the edges. I think that's quite a nice way to, you know, to get colour on. You know, it seems to kind of like cover it quite well and looks quite good. So let's just go around there. Okay. Pop her down. Get my dry wipe to mop up a little bit. Okay. And then this I'm going to just put here. Now again, I'm going to use my hot glue, I think, for this, so it's you know, raised slightly. Actually, I'm going to put it, I think, on that corner. Like that. Okay. Yeah, love how that looks. Now, do we want anything else kind of tealy on there? Oh, look, I had these. Totally forgot I had those. Although, to be honest, they're not really the right colour. I wonder if I just go over that with a bit of the teal ink. It's a bit too bright, isn't it? It's not really looking very vintage, but maybe having gone over it with the teal to teal it up, let's go over it with the, you know, walnut stain to brown it down. So we've tealed it up and now we're browning it down. Okay, what do we think? Because now I'm wondering whether we could have this as a little tab. So this is just a die cut piece, but yeah, I mean, that looks quite cute, doesn't it? Well, she doesn't want to stick on there for some reason. Oh, probably it's still a bit wet from the gold, actually. I think that's probably all that is. Okay, let's just pop some... actually, I'm going to use the hot glue because I'm planning on, you know, going around this with the sewing machine. So the sewing machine does not overly like the hot glue. It feels more comfortable with the wet. So yeah, let's do it like that. Okay, that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? Now, oops, just wondering whether we wanted a flower or anything. Probably going a bit too bright teal now. Kind of like getting away from, yeah, away from the point really, aren't we? So, I mean, we've just about maybe got away with it up here with the tab. And we'll just ink it a bit more, but yeah, I think we can kind of just about get away with that, but probably not, you know, anything else. Now, also, I wouldn't mind glossy glossy accenting this label, but again, I would probably stitch this round with the sewing machine before I do that, because the sewing might just go over that. So I will come back to this, I think, and we'll do some more things with that. Sorry about that. This is actually now another day. So, yep, I had to go and do some stuff. Right, okay, so I've pulled out some little bits and pieces that I thought that we could kind of marry up with these. So I've just got some of these little journal card type pieces from my shop. And I've got some in kind of paler colours and some in, obviously, the brighter teal, because obviously we've got that teal colour in the tags. And then I've got this little one. I haven't quite decided what to do with this one yet, but I'm thinking it's going to involve pink somewhere. So, yep, and this one, I have got my small ladies, you know, my vintage fashion plates. That's the word. So, yeah, I thought that we would just kind of, you know, get on and kind of finish making these. So I'm probably going to stick all the bits and pieces on and then take them to the sewing machine. And then we'll, you know, kind of continue decorating them after they've been stitched. So this one here, I'm just going to pop this down straight onto the tag. Obviously, this is brilliant because it's, you know, it's ready-made. I don't have to do anything with it. Actually, I'm going to put it right onto the edge. So like that. Ooh. Okay, well, it's probably not really helping that my tag is not particularly straight, but there we go. Really pretty. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of bling in my butterfly. So, I mean, again, probably just need two. Just on there. Looks super pretty, doesn't it? I'll just use my hot glue for that. Okay, like that. Okay, so yeah, looks super pretty, doesn't it? And like I say, I mean, I'll probably stitch around these and then we'll put some more bits and pieces on, I think, you know, once I've stitched them. So this one here, yeah, that looks really nice. So again, I might go in with the teal stays on, I think, around here. Although this one actually, let's not do that. Let's try and keep this one a bit more dulled down, because I'm going to go around the, well, actually I'm not going to, sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to. I was going to say I'm going to go around this one, but actually this one's quite bright, so I probably don't need to go around that one at all with anything else. This one, obviously it's quite big on this tag, so I'm going to actually just snip this off and have it to the side. Let me just check which side I want it. I always go for the right. And yeah, I don't know why I do that, to be honest. So let's mix it up and go for the left, shall we? So I'm going to have it there, and then what I'll do is obviously snip it off here at the side. You know, just like how I like to put, you know, half a label, half a, you know, whatever. These as well kind of lend themselves, I think, quite nicely to just having like half on there. So again, just pop that down like that. Oh dear. Okay. Oops. Oh dear, I'm not making a very good job of this. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to snip this from the back. And then, yeah, I'll go around that on the sewing machine. Okay, and then this one, I thought this might be quite a fun little piece to add on. So it's just one of those little tags. And again, let's kind of go over this with a bit of the teal. Because, I mean, obviously this is not teal. It's, you know, more sort of a navy type blue. But yeah, if I kind of go around it with the teal, it just takes on a bit of a teal look then, doesn't it? And again, just going to go around my edge of my tag. It's not that much I can get to. Most of it I've gone around with the gold, it appears. So yeah, just kind of in a couple of places there. Like that. I'm going to have that there. So that looks just pretty even like that, doesn't it? But yeah, let's put some other bits and pieces down. So I'm just seeing what I've got. I've got some black lace. I'm not saying that this is going to be the piece, but yeah, it's a bit weird on there. It was just that it happened to be laying around beside me, and I thought, oh, perhaps that's, you know, fate kind of saying, oh, use me. But it didn't really appear to be. I've got some sewing pattern paper. So let's just see if that's better. Okay. It's a bit blendy, isn't it? It's not really kind of showing up a great deal. Yeah, that looks pretty rubbish, actually. What I would like is something a bit teal on there. Do I have anything that's teally coloured? I've got this paper, which of course is not teal, but, you know, can we make it work is the question. It's not quite right, really, is it? Just having a look to see what else I've got. Just, you know, laying around that might work. So, oh, I can't see anything at the moment, which would you believe? I mean, how I can't see anything is no surprise because my desk is so messy, but... Well, not how, but, you know, why I can't see anything. Yep, not really surprising because it's such a mess here. Oh, I've got something teal over here. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's a very... I wonder if we could have that, like, coming out to the side. Yeah, I don't mind that, actually, because, again, you know, when I've added a few little extra bits to this, it probably won't look quite so, you know, weird that it's just stuck on there, if you see what I mean. So I'm just going to dab that glue around. Whoops. Okay. Press that down. Like that, and then pop this tag over. dokie. Just put that one to the side. I mean, I'm not saying it's the ideal bit, but it was the only thing that was teal that was laying around. So I've just gone for it, and yeah, I think it's fine anyway. I'm just wondering actually whether I could have a bright rose on here. So I've got my bright roses. I could do with printing some more of these because I'm mainly down to kind of purpley type ones. And I don't tend to use a great deal of purple, if I'm honest. Don't know why, but yeah, just it's not a colour that I naturally, you know, veer towards very much. It's my sister's absolute favourite colour. But yeah, for some reason I just don't really kind of tend to think of it very much. I quite like that actually. So yeah, let's just ink these up. You know, where it's got the white space that I just couldn't get to. So that one had already been inked a bit. Now I'm just going to go over this now because of course I hadn't inked that tag, but yeah, it kind of maybe looks better for being inked. So let's just pop these down. Okay. Like that, and this one. Okay. Like that. Yep, love how that looks now. Just kind of needed something, didn't it, to, you know, bring it out. So yeah, I think that looks really good. Right, what was I doing with this one? Ah, this one we were doing this bright piece. Now my tags have curled up a bit since I've obviously, you know, since it's been overnight. Yeah, oh, I love that. Right, just wondering whether we could have a bit of pink coming out. Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous, isn't it? So I'm just going to cut that off, to be honest, and then I'm just going to cut in here. So just get rid of that white. Okay. And I'm just going to ink around here a little bit. And that obviously serves a double purpose, you know, because it also covers up any leftover bits that I didn't quite manage to get. Now, just wondering again whether I want to have this slightly over and trim some off, or whether I want to have the whole thing on. Going to have it slightly over and trim it off a bit, I think. So let's just put this one down. Yeah, wasn't intending on having this pink flower, but to be honest, as soon as I put it there, I thought, oh, yummy. That looks really scrumptious. So yes, couldn't help but go for the flower, to be honest. Oops. It's like I always say, you know, sometimes it's better not to try things, because as soon as you've tried them, I generally just find, you know, it's hard to then not go for them. Right, I'm just going to gold this up around the edge a bit. Just so, again, it's got that kind of continuity, really, from the tag itself. And then just going to glue this down. Okay. Like that. Actually, I'm just going to go over slightly more so it's got a bit more of that pink flower showing. That's fine. Oh, how pretty does that look? Love, love, love how that looks. It's such a vibrant, gorgeous, you know, colour on there now. Let me just see if I've got another one of those pink roses. And of course I haven't. No, of course. That would be way, way, way too helpful, wouldn't it? I don't really want to start mixing up loads of different colours, I don't think. I mean, actually, it doesn't look as bad as I thought, you know, as I thought it might. But, yeah, it's probably not ideal. I have got these ones, but they're a different colour pink. Yeah, no, not going to go for that. Right, okay, so another one for the sewing machine. So I'm just going to put all of these, like, to one side, ready to go to the sewing machine. Now this was the final one, which, yeah, I haven't decided at all what I'm going to do with this. So I'm just having a look now wondering whether I could have one of my circles on there. Let's just see. Or I wonder if we could have a couple of the circles actually. Right. Oh. Just sorry, I'm just rummaging around seeing which ones I've got here. And of course, I've not really got the ones that I was hoping I had. Oh, that's just really weird because that flower's like huge compared to that circle, isn't it? Yeah. And the same with this is going to be, isn't it? Well, let's just try this. We'll just see. But yes, I'm pretty sure this is going to be enormous. Not this is, well, this might be enormous as well, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that the flower's going to be enormous with this circle. So let's just quickly cut this round. I say quickly, I mean, circles are my worst thing to cut, as you know, so yeah, not that quick, to be honest. Oh, come on. Okay, right. Again, could have that kind of off to the side. I mean, I just love having things, you know, off to the side like that. Let's just try it with a couple of other colour flowers. I've got a blue. No. Let's try it with the purple. No. Got some orange. I wonder if the orange might look good. Oh, I don't know now. Isn't it annoying when you can't get things to come together quite as you'd like? Oh, I've got a smaller pink flower because, yeah, the pinks probably are my favourite. I mean, is that just too monstrous, do you think, having this one on there? I'm just going to check that there's no more in the... Oh, there are a couple more. I can see it. Oh, no. Oh, no. I was going to say I can see some pink coming out, but, yeah, this kind of pinky orange. No, that's not right either, is it? Oh, dear. Oh, how annoying. How annoying, how annoying. Right, okay, not going to go with that. I mean, I kind of had thought maybe just do like a clustery type thing of flowers. I'm not sure now that would be quite right. I then thought perhaps we could have like some of the flower circles or the vintage thing circles, kind of like, you know, 3 of them or something down the middle. Now looking, I'm not sure I would get 3, get 3 down the middle. Okay, I could use the smaller 1-inch ones, but they're probably too small. Yeah, they're a little bit too tiny, I think. Oh, this is just, really a struggle now. What about that butterfly? I don't know. I'm so sorry about this, guys. You know, when you're just completely stumped and you just don't know now what to go for as a kind of topper piece. I'm just there. Just, yeah, having that kind of dilemma where it's like, oh, nothing's calling me. Nothing's really, yeah, jumping out saying, oh, use me, use me. Oh, what's that? No, not that. Oh, dear. This is now turning into a bit of a disaster, isn't it? I've got some other flowers here, actually, that I just suddenly spotted, so let's just see. It's not too bad, is it? And let's just have a look. Oh, I could have one of these black frames. I'll just cut this down. I mean, it might look too drab against that brown paper because, I mean, obviously the brown is, you know, it's quite a dark background, isn't it? It's not like a bright, vibrant background, but it might look okay. So let's just have a look. Always worth trying stuff. Again, obviously this, you know, this is too big and it would need to be cut in half to use it. Oh, I'm loving that on there, actually. yeah, really liking that. Or actually, now thinking, could we have this like this with a couple of circles? So let me just grab in my circle punch. And oops. Right. Now what ones would we want? Let's just have a look. Oh, I don't know as this is going to look quite right, to be honest, because yeah, they're like different themes, these circles. So, you know, yeah, they might just look really strange. Be like, oh, why have you got a chair and a like lady's face, for example? That's just weird, isn't it? I'm kind of being guided more by the colours rather than the theme. So if they look like they're going to tone, you know, roughly with the colour, then oh dear, that doesn't look good, does it? That's very strange, I think, on there, to be honest. Do you know, I just actually always quite like you know, the same kind of images. Now obviously this chair is not the same and it's not the same colour. But let's just see whether by just having another chair, you know, looks okay. So let's just see. Oh, that's rubbish as well, isn't it? I think it's not helping because it's just 2. And, you know, 2 is just weird, isn't it? It's, yeah, it doesn't work. You have to kind of have like an odd number, I think. So, yeah, she's too big. Oh, dear. I do love the frame, so yeah, I'm going to stick with the frame. Let's just try and find something that we're going to put inside the frame. Got this bigger circle, the butterfly one. Let's just try this. Oh, decisions, honestly. Just cut this one out. Sometimes, you know, I think just layering up different pieces is quite a nice way to get a good effect. So, you know, start with like a frame and then layer up a couple of like unexpected pieces onto the frame, if you see what I mean. And I think that can look quite nice. So, you know, ordinarily I kind of wouldn't necessarily put this circle on there because it feels a bit like it's, you know, a similar theme because it's, you know, it's almost like in a frame of its own. But actually, it looks quite nice there, doesn't it? So, again, I'm just going to pull in these flowers and just see whether we want to, or, you know, whether we can get away with having some of the flowers now. Oops. Not sure that that's quite right. Let's just try the pink again. And the pink's better, but what did I do with that other flower that I just said about this one? No, not that one. Also got these flowers. Let's try one of these, or a couple of these maybe. Because I mean, sometimes it is just a case of, you know, getting the one that actually works best, isn't it? So yeah, might kind of find that actually these ones work better. Let's give it a try. You know, because actually maybe it needs a paler flower. Okay. Well, that's quite pretty, isn't it? So let's just go for this one. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Should we do that? Yes, let's just do this. It's just just getting boring, even for me doing it. It's getting boring, so it must be really boring for you guys watching. So yeah, let's just go for this and just hope that we can, you know, make it work. So yeah, popped our frame down like that. Okay, let's just ink up my flowers. So pop this one. And yeah, I think that's quite nice, kind of poking out from the butterfly, isn't it? So it's just, you know, from behind it. So just pop that like there, like that. Okay, and then the butterfly. Like that. Sorry, I'm kind of moving it over slightly because, yeah, when I first put it down, I thought, oh, that's way too far over to the side. So yeah, just kind of had to move it slightly. Now, do we like the things all clustered over that side? Do we think it needs a bit of balance and have it like over here on the frame? I actually quite like it there, weirdly enough. That was not my expected, you know, place to put it, but yeah, I actually quite like it there. So let's just place this one down. Okay. Right, looking good. So I'm going to take them all to the sewing machine and then we're going to do the finishing touches. So yes, you'll be pleased to hear. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back from the sewing machine and I've just dug out a few little bits and pieces that I might want to use on the tags. So let's kind of try and do them, you know, in order, kind of one at a time. So obviously this one here, I'm just going to cut off the threads. Now I just used a black thread on the sewing machine. So yeah. Oops, and just went obviously straight around the edge, and I did that just, you know, on all of them. Now I've just got some ribbon here which I thought maybe would look quite pretty on here. Actually thinking I might like to just have a little ruffle going across at the bottom. So again, let's just dovetail this ribbon here. Oops. Like that, and yeah, let's just staple this on. Whoops. And another one. Obviously I realise staples aren't everybody's, you know, cup of tea, but I mean I like the staples. I think they look pretty. Okay, just going to cut that off there. Oops. Like that. Now for this one, because it's quite a tiny tag, I'm just thinking maybe just have a, you know, sort of simple ribbon as the tab, because, you know, could easily kind of swamp it if I had anything too elaborate up the top. So yeah, I'm thinking kind of either like that, or we could just staple it on, I guess, more like that. Yeah, I think maybe I prefer it like that actually. So again, I'm just going to staple that into place like that. Now I've got a couple of purple buttons which I brought along. They're not the right colour purple, so yeah, I'm not going to bother with those because they look rubbish, don't they? I just grabbed them, you know, when I came back from the sewing machine. They kind of caught my eye and I thought, oh, you know, they might go. So now as I put those buttons in there, I just then spotted a couple of flowers. So I'm actually thinking perhaps we could just have a couple of pretty flowers somewhere. So yeah, quite like it on there. Although I quite liked it down there as well. So perhaps we'll have them down here. So just gonna, and again, I mean, I'm just being super lazy using my hot glue because, you know, it's just very quick. I don't have to worry about it drying or anything. It's just going to be, whoops, dried on there. You know, like that. Yeah, maybe I do want something here. So I've also got my bows. Just see if I've got a bow that would, you know, coordinate. Not really quite right, is it? Got this little polka dot one. It's not too bad. Let me just see if I've got anything else that might be better. Not that one. This one's like a dusty kind of lilac. Oh, let's just go for this one. Right. Otherwise, I'm just conscious that, you know, my decisions are taking a long time. Okay. So that's that one. Looks really pretty. I really like the addition of the ribbon down the bottom with those paper flowers. Looks really nice way to finish it off. Right, let's move that to one side and bring in the next one. So the next one is this lady, which again, you know, she actually looks quite dull now in comparison to some of the others that we did. So yeah, not kind of loving her as much as I'd hoped. So again, I've just got some flowers here. Oops, this one's stuck together with some others. Oh my goodness. Thought it had another layer there as well. And I thought, oh, wow. Lots of layers on this one. Again, I'm not loving those pointy edges. I know I've done this loads of times now, but I just really never like the, you know, those pointy edged flowers. I'm just having a look for my decorative edge scissors. Oh no, where are they? Oh, do you know, I think my daughters maybe had them. Let's just see if this will work. It's not ideal. Oops, I'm not even sure it's cutting, to be honest. It's not wanting to cut through those. Right, okay. Oh dear, do I dare use my, you know, what do you call them? Fabric ones. I'm scared to because I don't want to spoil them, you know, for future fabric use. But, oh, it's got to a stage where, like, you know, just needs must really. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. Just cut those petals down. Oh, to be honest, I mean, this is not that nice either, because yeah, these are those triangular kind of shape edge scissors. Oh, I'm not loving that either. Oh dear. This is just one of those videos where actually nothing's really kind of quite coming together as I'd hoped. So I do apologise. But I guess sometimes we do just have days like that, don't we? Where, you know, nothing quite goes as you would like. Oh, that's got a couple there stuck together. So, I mean, we could layer it up, I suppose, like that. Yeah, that's not too bad, to be honest. And then I've got some of my buttons that I've patinaed. And I thought, well, actually, that might look quite cool on there. So, yeah, let's just do that. So I'm going to put this one down and this one. Okay, oops. And then I'm just going to put that button in the middle. Yeah, I love that button on there. Really pretty, isn't it? Now, do we want anything else? I've got my, you know, patinaed little metal pieces here. Oh no. Just wondered whether I had any that might be the right colour to use on here. No. Oh, that's quite nice, actually. Unexpected. That's unexpectedly nice. Yeah. And the reason I say that, just because I thought, oh, it's not really quite the right kind of colour, but actually looks quite good, doesn't it? So I'm just going to put that over that little tab that we made yesterday. Well, you know, earlier in this video, yesterday for me. Now, do we want to have any other flower? So I'm just going to ink this one as well. Oops. I didn't bother inking the lower one because I wanted it to have, you know, a bit more stand out, if you know what I mean. So I thought that if I inked both, you know, they'd just blend into just one colour, because that top layer is not hugely smaller than the, you know, a great deal smaller than the bottom one. So yeah. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Yep. Okay, so let's just pop this one down again, just a bit of glue there. This one on top. Okay, and then the button, whoops. Like that. Okay. Yeah, that's really pretty, isn't it? And actually, I'm just wondering whether we could just do one more thing on here and maybe have some butterflies. Oh, honestly, it's just a case of that, you know, enough is never enough. So, yeah, let's just see. Probably won't have one that's quite the right colour, but, and they might be too big. That's not too bad on there. That one. Yeah, I think they're the best. Oops, the best kind of colours. Yeah. Okay, let's just see. Just going to ink this up. Like that. So I'd cut this on my Scan and Cut, and I know I've said this before, but sometimes, you know, the Scan and Cut doesn't necessarily cut that accurately, I find. I mean, it's still better than, you know, or still faster than cutting by hand when you're doing a lot of pieces, but yeah, it's not necessarily brilliant. Oh, let's go for that. So I'm just going to put that butterfly, I think, up there. Okay. And then we probably could even have a bit of bling in the centre of that butterfly. Now, I've got a little bit here that I'd seen earlier laying around on the desk. So yeah, let's just use that. I'm just putting my scissors away because they're just still on my lap. Just waiting to be dropped on the floor. Okay. So, okie dokie. Ah, so that's pretty, isn't it? So, yeah, put that one to the side. Okay, bring in the next one. So the next one, this gorgeous one, which, yeah, I just absolutely love this. It's probably my favourite one so far. Now, I've got my sari silk. Now, I'm not sure whether this is actually quite bright enough, to be honest. Yeah, maybe isn't quite bright enough. I know it is quite bright, but yeah, it's maybe not as bright as I'd like. Not sure. Because I was thinking let's just do like an eyelet in here and pop this on. But so this is some sari silk, which I got this from a company called Yarn Yarn. That was recommended to me by Tracy Fox. So she had very kindly pointed me in their direction a really long time ago, and yes, it's taken me kind of up till quite recently to actually buy some, but my goodness, they have such a wonderful selection of colours. Yeah, it's just a feast for the eyes when you kind of go into their shop. So okay, yeah, okay, so I'm going to just put an eyelet in there, or a punch hole anyway. Thinking we could have one of those gold big eyelets, because I don't really tend to use the gold ones very often, so this is a good opportunity to use one, because of course we've got lots of gold on that tag already. So there we go. Hope I don't muck this up, because I'm not great with setting my eyelets. Okay. Okie dokie, and then yeah, let's use some of this gorgeous blue sari silk. I'm just going to cut that end down because I think that won't want to go through the hole. It had kind of a fat bit on the end where it had been stitched together, you know, with another line of sari silk. So right. Just cut this down. I'm wondering if I can do a bow with this. Okay. Oh, let's hope that my bow's going to turn out all right. I always feel a bit nervous when I come to do a bow, you know, on camera, because bows are one of those funny things, aren't they, where sometimes they go okay and sometimes they're just a disaster. So, yeah, and you just never know. You never know whether it's going to be one of those good days or bad days when you come to do them. So, I mean, obviously it all depends really on the, you know, the ribbon or the fabric or whatever that you're using, but yeah. Okay, so I mean, this I wouldn't say is too brilliant. It's, yeah, got a very big loop there. Let me just try and, oops, lessen those loops a bit, because my goodness, they were like massive, weren't they? Okay, right, I'm going to just add some hot glue, to, you know, help this stay put. So like that, because otherwise it was just really off to the side, which just looked really strange. So yeah, just a bit of glue to just help it stay. And that just looks lovely now, doesn't it? Again, I mean, yeah, I could probably add a butterfly. I'm not sure whether I've got a butterfly that's quite the right, you know, the right piece. Got those flowers. That might just be kind of overkill, to be honest. Although now I've moved it, I, you know, as usual, think, oh, perhaps it looked quite pretty. Actually, just spotted, I've got some of that leaf trim. I know that Martina over at Teal and Tattered, she uses this all the time. Oh, I don't know if it's quite right on here, to be honest, but yeah. It's not really kind of the right colour pink, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to leave it without, but oh, how gorgeous does that look? Right, so we have 3 left to do. So yeah, we're on the home stretch, you'll be pleased to know. Right, this one here, what should we do with this one? I've got some pale-ish pink ribbon, which we could do like a little bow with that. So yeah, and what I might do, because this is not very thick ribbon, is maybe double it up so it's a bit more, you know, a bit more life to it. So let's use another one of those big gold eyelets. And these are from We Are Memory Keepers. I got mine from Amazon. At the time of filming this, my Amazon links still, I think, are not really particularly working, but hopefully, you know, they might be sorted out by the time this video actually goes up. So it's on my list of things to sort out and do. So yeah, fingers crossed they might be working by now. Oh gosh, look. I said, didn't I, that I'm so rubbish with these eyelets. And now look, mucked that one up completely. Oh dear. Right, let me just pull in another one. I don't know quite why, but the first one went fine, and that one was just then awful. Don't know why. But it's a bit of a shame on these big eyelets, especially because they're quite expensive for a pack of those. So you don't want to be, you know, messing up too many of those big ones. Well, I mean, you don't want to really mess up any, but yeah, the big ones especially, because they are pretty, oops, pretty expensive. Oh my goodness, can't find the centre of it. There we go. Right, that's better. Okie dokie, and yeah, let's just take this, just doubling it up through there. Oh, come on. Like that. Okay. Oh, I don't think I've now got enough to do the bow. Ah, I thought, oh, I'll use loads, but actually still wasn't enough. So yeah, let's stop being stingy, give myself absolutely plenty. Okay. Oh, come on. I can't tell you how much I'm loving these tags. I mean, they've turned out so very different. When we made this paper, you know, I mean, obviously I didn't really have anything in mind you know, what things would look like when I'd made things with them. But yeah, I mean, these tags are so very different to anything I would have expected to have created with that background paper. So yeah, really, really, really loving them. Okay. Right. So a little bit tricky because obviously I've got those double, you know, double loops. Oops, pulled the wrong one. Right, let's pull that one. Oh my goodness. And I'm just going to cut this now. Oh, like that. So we've just kind of made a bit more of that bow. I'm going to just pop some hot glue again just to kind of hold that in place, and also it stops the bow from coming unraveled. So yeah, it's got like a double purpose really. But I mean, that tag now, it's really pretty, isn't it? You know, it's come to life just with the addition of that ribbon really. Now I would add a butterfly or something on here, but I feel that's a little bit strange because we've already obviously got the butterfly on the circle. I have got some little pearls which we could just add. Could just add like maybe a little pearl or something in the corner. So I'll just grab a couple out. Oops. Oh, let's just grab 3 and then, oh, these are those self-adhesive pearls, but I have to say when I do use these, I do tend to glue them down anyway. You know, I never quite trust them to, you know, to stay stuck. I mean, I was thinking kind of in the corners of the frame. Oops. Wants to stay stuck to the desk, but yeah. Corners of the frame, like that. So, yeah. Let's just, oops. So just a little dab of hot glue just to kind of help it stay stuck. So. Like that, and then the final one. Oops. Oh my goodness. Sorry, all fingers and thumbs today. I know I seem to say that all the time, but you know, you just do get those days, don't you, where it's like, oh no. Really super clumsy and super, yeah, super all fingers and thumbs. Oh dear, stuck this on me. Right, cut that off, and just suddenly then thought, oh, wonder if we could have some of that leafy trim on here. Oh, it's just a bit weird, to be honest. But yes, I mean, obviously could add some of that. Right, so that's that one. Okay, last 2. So yeah, let's just crack on with these because I feel like I'm just taking forever. So on this one, I'm just going to just add literally a simple ready-made bow as the tab. You know, and obviously that postage stamp there, you know, that's obviously the star of the show. I don't think that tag really needs anything else. It just, simplicity and yeah, just gorgeous. Right, this one I might struggle slightly more. So yeah, big warning there that this one's going to be slightly more problematic, but hopefully not too much. Right, I've just got some other polka dot ribbon. It's not turquoise, it's blue, but I'm hoping is going to, you know, look okay. So again, I'm just going to ruffle some of this across the bottom. Okay. And again, like I say, you know, I'm using staples. You know, if you didn't want to staple it, you could always stitch it. You could, you know, you could glue it. If I was gluing it, I would use hot glue because that's going to be, you know, instant and you're not going to have to wait around for it to actually dry on there. But yeah, I mean, of course you could use, you know, anything really. Just going to just glue that with a bit of hot glue to the side just to keep that one stuck down. Then I think for this one, I'm not sure that this is going to make a very good bow on here because it's slightly kind of stiffened ribbon, which is a bit of a shame because I think it would look quite pretty but let's give it a try. I'm loving the use of these big gold eyelets because, you know, I really don't very often, well, as I say, I don't think I've ever used the gold ones before. So, yeah, it's nice to be able to use them. And they do look good, don't they? You know, I do really love these big eyelets. It's a shame that they're so expensive, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know whether other companies do them or just that We Are Memory Keepers. That seems to be the only company I've really seen with these big eyelets. But, you know, I might be completely wrong. Right, let's see if we can do a bow. Like I say, I'm not sure about this ribbon because it feels a little bit stiff. Like it's going to not make a very good bow on these, but let's just give it a try. Oops, back to feeling nervous now. Oh dear. Okay. Oh my goodness, come on. Right. Okay, actually it went okay. So yeah, I mean, it's not the nicest looking bow, got to be said. But, you know, again, with a bit of tweaking, looks a bit better now. Again, just cut my little ends down like that. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty. And I brought along my little postage stamps to see if we wanted to have any of those dangling. Let me just see whether I've got any that would look okay with this. It's not really the right colour blue, is it? I doubt I've got any turquoise ones. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. That one. That's not too bad, actually. Let's have that on there. So I'm just going to, again, put a hole in here. Oops. Like that. And then just going to hang that with my bulb pin, so it's going to dangle off of the ribbon. So just get a little sort of bronzy colour one or copper one, antique looking one anyway, let's just say. And yeah, oops. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm probably also struggling because, yeah, for some reason I've not got my glasses on my head today. They're always on my head and, yeah, they're not on there today. So I'm kind of having to do everything without being able to see it properly, even if, well, to be honest, I don't very often pull my glasses down. As you know, I'm pretty lazy when it comes to that, but you know, just typical, isn't it, that when you haven't got them on, there's times where you think, oh gosh, I really could do with putting my glasses on now. So that's that one. Again, we could finish that off with maybe a butterfly. Let's just see if we've got any that would be the right colour. Don't think we have. That's not too bad on there, although it's a bit green. Particularly now I've stuck that postage stamp on. Feels like we're kind of adding all different colours, but actually that's not too bad because that postage stamp is a bit more blue rather than teal. So I'm sure that once we ink the butterfly up, you know, and vintage it, tone it down, it's going to look much more similar colour to the postage stamp, if you see what I mean. So yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? So we can just pop that on there. Like that. Okay, so let's pull in the ones that we've done. I'm just going to clear the desk. Okay, so I've cleared the desk now, and yeah, these are all the different tags that we did. So, you know, this all started obviously as that sheet of the background page that we made from that paper bag during our Shop Your Stash series in the run up to Christmas. And yeah, I mean, obviously when I created that background page, I didn't think that I would be using actually probably any of these little bits and pieces on top of the background page, but it just works really, really well, and it just looks so pretty. So, you know, I think we've made quite a good variety of different tags. They all have quite a unique look to them. And yeah, I really hope that you like them. And, you know, maybe you're feeling inspired to do some. And yeah, have fun if you do. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.